What's up, guys? So I did end up sewing a couple masks, and by a couple I mean 3. I did like one iteration and then improved on it again. So this is kind of where I landed. I don't know, it's a little large, but it only requires 2 straps and it stays like above your nose and below your chin pretty decently. So I'm thoroughly impressed. But either way, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the Tesla. And well, we're going to pick some things up from my parents' house, which I actually just grabbed, and Chelsea's parents' house. And well, it's for a little surprise next week. More to come on that. Anyways, today I'm kind of just gonna blabble, blamble, ramble, whatever it is, on about how EVs are actually pretty great during pandemics. And well, I think a lot of people are also just starting to see in general that EVs can really improve the air quality. Like during these pandemics, people have really seen how bad the air quality gets and how much better it can be because there's so many less cars on the road. If like, you know, what, 10% maybe of the total number of cars in like China and India and places like that. And I think the biggest thing was that in India, there's pictures of how you can see like the Himalayas or Himalayan mountains or whatever it is. And you normally can't see that because of all the smog and air pollution. So that is pretty crazy. Anyways, let's just get into some of the quick benefits of having an EV vehicle just in general, let alone the fact that you can see the Himalayas in India. So first and foremost, well, that mask gets a little hot, also not extremely necessary when I'm in my own vehicle or in my own house. But, you know, when I'm seeing my parents and stuff, just sort of prevents whatever. But yeah, it's actually required in the county that I live in. You can't go into a store without wearing a mask and maybe gloves as well, I think. So yeah, they're definitely gonna be a new norm, I think, at least for a little bit. Anyways, the first real benefit of EVs that I've talked about a lot actually is the simple fact that I wake up every morning and walk out to my car and would have a full battery. It'd be like if your gas tank was full every single morning when you went out to your car. Now granted, it is very easy and quick to fill up, but it still could be an inconvenience, something you have to think about, take time out of your day, whereas my car just sort of fills up overnight, and it's nice and simple. AMG GT Mercedes right there at the end spot, not bad. So having a full charge is fantastic because A, well, you have a full charge every morning, but B, more importantly, especially during these times, I don't have to go to those Jeremy gas stations, touch, you know, the gas nozzle, the keypad, all that stuff that thousands of people touch. So, you know, in these times when you're trying to stay away from germs, the easiest way is to drive an electric vehicle and not have to go to those places. Now, 2, if we want to expand on that, you could theoretically install solar panels. This puts you completely off the grid, which means that if we were to go into some like crazy apocalyptic mode, well, not only would gas stations not be able to pump fuel, but there wouldn't be probably an electric grid if you couldn't pump fuel as well. So you wouldn't be able to get electricity or gasoline in those senses. But if you were off the grid in the sense that you had Tesla Powerwalls installed, coupled with solar panels on your roof, you could still power your home and store energy and charge your car and get around while everybody else is just kind of SOL. So that is another huge benefit of not just going with like an electric vehicle, but making your house have a battery storage instead of a generator, for example, that runs on diesel or gasoline. You get Tesla Powerwalls and run off of that, and then solar panels to charge everything up. So I would love to do that. However, as you may or may not know, I'm still unemployed. Got my government check the other day, and I have reapplied for unemployment. Still looking for jobs. I've been denied, let's see, 4 companies so far. I think 2 or 3 of which said that they were no longer hiring, so that doesn't help. One company had a quick, what's it called, first round phone call with, and then they got really busy, and then I don't know if they're not hiring or if they just said no, but it was through a recruiter and the recruiter kind of bailed. So anyways, we're back to square one, just applying for jobs and still unemployed. Now, going back to the polluting the air stuff, obviously that's a huge benefit of EVs. I will be honest, I did not buy an electric vehicle to like save the environment and all that jazz. I bought it because of the performance. The performance is fantastic, so that's another benefit. But, you know, I'm not really going to touch on that because it doesn't sell too many people that aren't huge car enthusiasts. But if you are a car enthusiast, you get great performance. Obviously, the Tesla P100D crushes pretty much any other car out there, 0 to 60, stock, doing the quarter mile, there's very few cars that beat it. Couple of supercars, but they're like, you know, 4 or 5 times the price potentially. Like the McLaren 720S, that car is pretty incredible. But you don't pollute the environment, and that is big because better breathing quality, better air quality, it's better for everybody's health. On top of that though, for example, in my state, if you drive a gasoline car, you have to go get your emissions checked. It might only be every like 2 years or something like that, but you still have to do it. It's annoying. It's something that you have to worry about, and if there's problems and it doesn't pass, you then have to pay to get your car fixed in order for it to pass the emissions testing. Otherwise, you can't like renew your registration or something. I don't know. Something happens. Either way, I don't have to deal with that, which is fantastic, but it is just another thing that you don't have to deal with or worry about if you have an electric vehicle. So, especially in Maryland, it's pretty nice. Don't have to deal with anything. You buy the car and there's almost no maintenance. That's kind of the next thing. No maintenance. So not only no emissions, but like no oil changes, none of that stuff. You do obviously have to change the tires and whatnot, but I mean, every car has to change the tires. That's just kind of a given. It is fantastic though, not having to do emissions and no oil changes. It just saves money and time, and it's great. Hey, Koozie. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, so I mean, you got performance, you don't have to do emissions testing, also less emissions to pollute the air. You get a full tank every morning when you wake up. Electricity to fill an electric battery is cheaper than paying for gas. I mean, the benefits are all there. It's just kind of spelled out for you, like, why not go electric, am I right? Now, the icing on the cake is that there are more electric vehicles out there now, so you have more of a choice. Like, Tesla's not the only game in town. Granted, they are the best. Am I biased? Sure. But, I mean, they have the best range, the best price points for the range, best performance. Well, granted, the Taycan is actually pretty good performance-wise, but the range is not as good, and they don't have the supercharging network. So I'd still argue that Tesla takes the cake. And, yeah, I mean, but there's also, you know, Nissan Leaf, Chevy Bolt, Porsche Taycan, you have the Audi e-tron. I mean, there's a good amount of choices out there. Now, ironically, right now, we're actually heading to a gas station. Yep. And, well, that's because I have to mow my grandma's lawn, and my grandma's, you know, gasoline mower. So, yeah, it's kind of ironic right now. So, we are actually going to pull up to a gas station in a Tesla with the, we have the gas can actually up in the front right now. Yeah, so it's up front. And I guess we're just going to be pumping some gas. So, we'll see how that goes. Anyways, I've been to a gas station one other time to fill up also a gas canister for a gas golf cart. Other than that, I've never really gone to a gas station in this car because I obviously don't need to, except for, you know, the convenience store part, where when I'm at a Tesla supercharger, sometimes I walk to the convenience store at a gas station. Anyways, electric cars are fantastic. They have their downfalls, but they have huge benefits as well. If it fits, you might as well get one. I mean, they're just so worth it. You save so much money. You save a lot of time too, and you don't have to go to those germy gas stations. So Panndemic's kind of the great time to see all the benefits of this, especially with avoiding gas stations, except for the fact that I have to go to one right now, and just having a full charge at home. I mean, I think that's probably the biggest thing every day. It's fantastic, and I save so much money every month. Speaking of Teslas, we got a brand new one right in front of us. I think Chelsea spends like somewhere from like $300 to $500 on gas a month. So like, I mean, that's almost a second car payment right there. That is a second car payment. That's crazy. So yeah, I'm just thankful I have a Tesla and I don't really have to do that. I mean, it adds a little bit to our electricity bill, but other than that, we're good to go. Anyways, if you guys enjoying the content, please give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, would really help out the channel. Also, we hit 1,000 subscribers, guys. Thank you so much for all the support. But we are heading off to a gas station, and until next time, thanks for watching.